I am Sigmund Freud, and I shall now speak from my perspective, sharing how I conceive psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis, to me, is a profound and transformative approach to understanding the human mind and unraveling the complexities of human behavior. It is based on the belief that our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are influenced not only by conscious factors but also by unconscious processes that lie beneath the surface. The core of psychoanalysis lies in the exploration of the unconscious mind. I propose that our unconscious is a repository of repressed thoughts, memories, and desires that have been pushed out of conscious awareness. These unconscious contents have a significant impact on our lives, shaping our behaviors and experiences in ways that we may not fully comprehend. To delve into the unconscious, I developed various therapeutic techniques. One such technique is free association, where patients are encouraged to speak their thoughts without censorship or judgment. By doing so, we can uncover hidden meanings, symbolic representations, and the underlying conflicts that contribute to psychological distress. Dream analysis is another fundamental aspect of psychoanalysis. I believe that dreams are the royal road to the unconscious, serving as a gateway to understanding our deepest desires, fears, and unresolved conflicts. By examining the symbols and narratives within dreams, we can gain valuable insights into the unconscious mind and its influence on our conscious thoughts and actions. Furthermore, I emphasize the role of early childhood experiences in shaping our personalities. I propose that our relationships with our parents, particularly during the psychosexual stages of development, have a profound impact on our psychological well-being. Unresolved conflicts or traumas from childhood can manifest as neuroses and psychological disturbances in adulthood. By exploring these early experiences, we can bring awareness to unconscious patterns and work towards resolving them. Psychoanalysis is not a quick fix, it requires commitment, time, and dedication. The therapeutic relationship between the analyst and the patient is crucial, creating a safe and trusting environment for exploration and introspection. Through this process, individuals can gain self-awareness, overcome internal conflicts, and achieve personal growth and fulfillment. While my ideas have faced criticism and evolved over time, psychoanalysis remains a significant contribution to the field of psychology. Its enduring legacy lies in the understanding that the human mind is a complex tapestry, and by unraveling its intricacies, we can help individuals live more fulfilling and meaningful lives.
I am Jacques Lacan. Psychoanalysis, in my view, is a unique and transformative endeavor that explores the intricate workings of the human mind and the complexities of human subjectivity. It is a multidimensional approach that draws from philosophy, linguistics, and Freudian theory, among other disciplines. At the heart of psychoanalysis lies the concept of the unconscious, which I believe is structured like a language. I propose that language and its symbolic order shape our subjective experience, influencing our desires, beliefs, and sense of self. I emphasize the role of language in the formation of our unconscious desires and the ways in which language can both reveal and conceal our innermost thoughts and emotions. I place great importance on the concept of the symbolic order, which refers to the system of signifiers and signifieds that constitute language. It is through this system of symbols and meanings that we construct our understanding of the world and our place within it. However, I also highlight the inherent limitations and gaps in language, as it cannot fully capture the complexity of human experience. One of my key contributions to psychoanalysis is the notion of the mirror stage. I propose that during early development, infants undergo a crucial phase where they perceive themselves as unified and coherent entities through their encounter with their own image in a mirror. This moment of self-recognition establishes the foundation for the development of the ego, but it also introduces a fundamental split between the idealized self-image and the actual self. Central to my conception of psychoanalysis is the idea that the unconscious is structured like a language, and it can be explored and understood through the use of language itself. Through a process of dialogue and interpretation, the analyst and the analysand engage in a collaborative endeavor to bring unconscious thoughts and desires to light. I emphasize the importance of the transference relationship, where the analysand's feelings and attitudes towards the analyst can provide insights into their unconscious conflicts and dynamics.
In my pursuit of understanding the human condition, I found myself drawn to what I now define as anthropology, the science of mankind. To me, anthropology is not merely a discipline, it is a grand intellectual adventure, a journey into the heart of human diversity and unity. My early encounters with indigenous peoples during my travels in Brazil profoundly shaped my perspective on culture and its intricacies. I realized that beyond the superficial differences in customs and traditions, there were deep underlying structures governing human societies. These structures, I believed, held the key to unlocking the mysteries of our collective existence. Drawing inspiration from the linguists, I saw that just as language operates with a set of rules and phonemes to form meaningful communication, culture too had its hidden grammar and codes. I sought to decipher these underlying structures that organized human thoughts, rituals, and social relationships. Through the lens of structuralism, I embarked on a quest to uncover the patterns that weave societies together. Kinship systems, myths, and rituals became my subjects of fascination, as they offered glimpses into the fundamental ways in which humans perceived and organized their worlds. The beauty of anthropology lies in its ability to bridge the gap between the universal and the particular. While each society appeared unique in its expressions, I was certain that there were shared cognitive mechanisms at work. I aimed to reveal these common threads that connected us all as human beings, transcending the borders of time and space. As I delved deeper into the complexities of human culture, I grew humbled by its vastness and diversity. My work was never about reducing cultures to simplistic formulas, but rather illuminating the richness and complexity inherent in each society. Anthropology, to me, is an invitation to embrace the diversity of humanity with open arms. It challenges us to question our assumptions, to unlearn what we think we know, and to appreciate the immense ingenuity of human minds. Through anthropology, I sought to contribute to a broader understanding of our species and to foster a deeper sense of empathy and interconnectedness among all peoples. The journey of anthropology is never-ending, and I hope that future generations of anthropologists will continue to explore, question, and expand upon the knowledge we have amassed. Only by continuing this pursuit can we hope to unravel the tapestry of human existence and perhaps find a more profound meaning to our shared human experience.
Art, to me, is a playful exploration of ideas, a realm where I can challenge conventions and redefine the boundaries of creativity. My approach to art is deeply rooted in the Dada and Surrealist movements, and I find myself constantly seeking to subvert traditional notions of aesthetics and meaning. My ready-mades, such as the infamous fountain, are a deliberate rejection of the conventional art-making process. By presenting ordinary, everyday objects as art, I aim to question the very essence of artistic creation and the role of the artist. It is not about the object itself, but rather about the concept and the intellectual engagement it provokes. In the act of choosing and presenting a ready-made, I act as an artist curator, elevating the mundane into the realm of the extraordinary. By removing the object from its original context and placing it in the gallery space, I invite viewers to re-evaluate their preconceived notions about art and the world around them. Through my work, I seek to break free from the constraints of beauty and aesthetics. I challenge the art world's obsession with the beautiful, focusing instead on the power of ideas and the intellectual stimulation that art can offer. My interest in movement and kinetic art also reflects my fascination with challenging the static nature of traditional art forms. With pieces like Nude Descending a Staircase, I aim to capture the dynamism of the human form in motion, presenting a multidimensional perspective of a single moment. The concept of art as an idea is central to my philosophy. By emphasizing the intellectual aspect of art, I hope to engage viewers in a more profound and contemplative experience. Art, to me, is not solely about visual pleasure, it is a conduit for stimulating the mind and encouraging critical thinking. My work may be seen as provocative or even absurd, but that is precisely the point. By pushing the boundaries of acceptability, I hope to shake the art world out of its complacency and encourage a more profound engagement with the artistic process. In the end, my art is an ongoing conversation with the spectator, a dialogue that challenges conventions, sparks curiosity, and invites contemplation. It is not about providing definitive answers, but rather about opening up new avenues of thought and inquiry, questioning the very nature of art, and challenging the way we perceive the world.
I try to reconstruct a point of view from the exploded coordinates of the contemporary experience of time and space. A point of view is as much the structuring element of a construction of visual worlds as the metaphorical place from which a thought or an opinion can be elaborated. Faced with phenomena such as acceleration, globalization, and virtualization, perceived on a collective scale through technological transformations, scientific progress, and the expansion of the media, my images contribute to redefining certain aesthetic and ethical conditions of the position from which to apprehend a world whose reality seems to escape. However, the strategy that seems to be at work here paradoxically consists in multiplying the dimensions and combining the scales. Modern artists have taught us to pluralize perspectives, to introduce time and movement into the image, and to offer us insights into reality from its hidden dimensions. Faced with the unacceptable evolution of history and culture, they have, for example, explored the power of abstraction to influence its course. As Piet Mondrian affirmed in 1920 in his text Natural Reality and Abstract Reality, abstraction is not opposed to reality, it works it from within, like its pure language. It is up to the painter to reveal its strength. The dialogue that I initiated in 2017 with Mondrian's work is exemplary in this respect. He introduces into the space of the master's studio, modeled in a 3D image, his own pictorial gesture, in the form of a stylized orb. Seeming to be executed at the speed of graffiti, the form is as much about the mannerism of gestural painting as it is about aesthetic vandalism that profaned the geometric purity of the studio. But the artistic challenge here lies less in the qualities of the form painted with the Google tilt brush than in the action of opening up the pictorial space to another dimension, that of virtual reality. Like Mondrian's abstract reality, this one works on reality from the inside, but this time as its impure language, both pop and video game. Among the pioneering figures of net art in the 90s, I never ceased to cause connections between new technologies of representation and the plan of the real experience of the world. It shows that any position on this plane, any point of view likely to be drawn there, must now come to terms with virtual coordinates. But I affirm at the same time that this game only makes sense if it allows us to take a position on the future of the world in which we live. From my expeditions in the far north and in the Amazon, I have retained the idea of a planetary consciousness that is both situated and polycentric. Where is our mind? He asks in a video that articulates urban life and Earth's orbit. The answer therefore necessarily lies in a moving point located between where our feet are and the International Space Station. I thus construct the exorbitant perspective that allows us to hold in our hands the orb that at the same time contains us. Key symbol here, the orb, in my opinion, partially disrupts the perfect sphere of Copernican classicism. The images of Saturn's rings in the ASMR Saturn video contribute to this astronomical recomposition. They crackle with little noises from the mouth, as if the rocks and ice that make them up were melting under the tongue like those sparkling and tangy powders invented by confectioners. No more locked in the skull than the gaze in the eye at the bottom of its orbit, the spirit moves 360 degrees. As if it became possible to revolve around what surrounds us, to zoom out at high speed, to scroll through the weightlessness of the virtual, along multiple axes, the world that encompasses us.